Tracee, it's so good to see you.
It's nice to see you. I remember.
Congratulations. This film, okay. I'm like being a geek and a fan and everything. First of all, I have been waiting my whole career to see you in a role like this. As an ode to Mahogany, where your mom's character is Tracee, and then like an ode to your mom, who is just this global superstar. Like, what was it like when this script finally landed in your lap? What resonated with you?
Well, there were so many things. And I have to say that I know the understandable comparison and people thinking that this role is an ode to my mom, but it is not. Right. It has nothing to do with it. What drew me to this script, I mean, the first moment I read it, I was so blown away by the overall message, that the message was about not letting your circumstances, even your manager, the person close to you, anyone to tell you to stay in your lane and to stay small, that there's no circumstance or age or phase or stage in your life when you should stop pursuing your dreams and stop pursuing who you want to be and who you are. Even if it's a change in direction, even if it's a change in lanes. And the fact that I would get to sing in this movie. That was one of my childhood dreams, biggest dreams. And so I'm so happy to be able to finally share this with the world.
I mean, listen, that boardroom scene when you walk in and they do that close-up shot on you, it was so powerful. It was so powerful.
Scene, when I watched that scene back, my heart broke. When I feel like, well, I'm not giving anything away. People need to see the movie. And you can think about the boardroom scene and we can talk about it after you see it.
Yeah, because that boardroom scene was everything. I was like, you better listen. All I thought about was Mommy Dearest, Joan Crawford. I was like, oh my God, is she going to drop an F-bomb in this movie? I was like, is she going to say, don't F with me, fellas? I was like, oh my goodness. So well done. There's this great big conversation about your voice. We're all so blown back at just the beautiful weight and texture of your voice. Like, when you heard it come back in the movie, like, what were you feeling? And you got a chance to work with Rodney Darkchild Jerkins on this. Like, come on.
Come on. It was funny. I remember meeting with him for the first time, and no one knew if I could sing. I think they hoped I could sing, but they were like, look, if she can't, we'll just do some movie magic. And I was like, I'm terrified, Rodney. And he said, you just got to trust me. It's all about trust. And it was true. If I had his eyes when I was in the booth, I knew I was fine. The process of being in the recording studio was hard and scary because it was really new for me. But the first time that he played me back for me, I was like, shut up. Is that me? And I think the thing that tickled me the most was how much it sounds like me. It sounds like me.
That's what I loved. That's what I love. I said, that's Tracee.
Yeah. And I think that's been the biggest surprise, because my biggest fear was I going to be compared and, any of those things. And I think to realize that the journey with the singing is the same as with anything else. It's about telling the truth.
Tracee, you were beautiful. You definitely held your own in the movie. You held your own. So well done. I got dressed up for you, girl. I had to wear I'm like, this movie is chock full of glamour. I gotta show up.
You look gorgeous. And that, by the way, that's what I want people to do. I want people to make it an event. Get dressed up. Pour yourself a cocktail, even if it's lemonade in a stemmed glass. Put on something sparkly. Put on some lashes. Sit down and watch this movie. And I hope you feel good and feel some joy.
It was definitely that. It's one for the culture. Thank you so much. Continued blessings and success to you. Always good to see you.
You too. Take care.